Hi, it's Julia with theflyingcat.net. No filter needed, right? I'm here with my pendulum today and my dog and in my art studio, but I want to let you know about the energy healing for self-care class I'm going to be running in March on Monday nights. If you're in the Eastern Standard Time at 7:15 to 8:30. Of course, you can join from anywhere since it'll be on Zoom online. Registration is open. It's on the website, theflyingcat.net. And I want to let you know that it is sliding scale from 135, which gives me a chance to offer scholarships, to 90, which is what I consider the standard price for the class, to 45, which is half cost for financial hardship, or if you just really want to do this work with me, to free. And free seats are for trans folks. I have 5 open for you, and I would love to see you there. You can also take this course as a self-study. All of the content is free online. You just won't be meeting with me on Mondays. So if you follow my Instagram or get on my YouTube, if you go to my Linktree, all the links are there for the documentation that I offer, and you can use a notebook. You don't have to use my documents. The video to teach you how to use a pendulum and what you can use. And I just want to say, I really, really want to say, you can just use a necklace. You can use a string and a screw, like a nail. You can even use dental floss and what are those, lifesavers. So anything that's going to have a little bit of weight and a string. And it also, for this class, I don't recommend using a crystal. So if you've got something like a fluorite or an amethyst or even a quartz crystal, I would just wait, put that aside, and use something that's pretty neutral. So I like to use wood myself. This is a wood something, or metal, or anything else like that, like a lifesaver, again, or a nail. So just FYI, keep it simple. Use what you have. You don't need to go out and buy anything to do this work. And then there's also a video on my YouTube for the treatments that we'll be doing during the Monday classes. So we'll gather on Mondays after you've tracked your chakras. So the idea is that you're going to check your chakras every day or every other day at least, so you have information to bring with you to class, or you have experiences to ask questions about. So we'll meet from Monday night 7:15, and it'll be open for Q&A. I might have a topic to share on, and then we'll do a practice together to address the entire chakra system. And that's what we're doing. So I think it's a good time in the spring, and probably maybe in the fall too. We'll see. We're just going to go through this one first. So in the spring, as we're coming out of winter, one of the things that I was taught a long time ago is that we're different people in the different seasons. And here where I'm at in northern Kentucky near Cincinnati, we do tend to get 4 seasons. I know if you're in different places in the world, that may not be the case, which is fine. But so just as a way to address transition as we're coming out of the winter, or maybe out of the summer if you're in the southern hemisphere, if you do experience kind of that bigger transition. I tend to dip myself a little bit. My energy dips into depression when I come out of winter into spring, or it has in the past. I've noticed that I'll have like some interesting shifts that I could and I do help myself with through various methods, but just to kind of check in with ourselves for a month and see what happens with our energy. And I'll just say one more thing. I'll give an example. The other day when I was doing this work, I was feeling super grumpy and I was writing in my journal and having my coffee, and it was sort of my morning. And I'm not a morning person, so I'm always grumpy in the mornings. But this was extra. So this is so simple. It really is. It takes like a minute, maybe. So I go through all my chakras and I check everything and I write it down. So if it's going clockwise in a circle, that means your chakra is open and functioning, and it's all good. And if it's doing anything else, then it's blocked in some way. And we're not going to necessarily get into all the details of that, but just know when one is open and one is not. And then I came back in and we addressed the lowest blocked chakra, and we just give it a little light and love from the chakra of our palm into that point. So if it was my heart, I would come here and just imagine that I'm sending white light or offer some good vibrations into my heart. And the other part of it is receiving, feeling into your body where that area is and being clear that you are willing to receive that. And that was kind of the barrier that I came up against, is that I was kind of liking my grumpiness and it made me feel kind of powerful, I think, in that moment. But it wasn't helping me, and it certainly wasn't going to help my day. And I kind of felt like before I did the treatment that I was like going down a particular path on that day. That was not going to be very pleasant. And when I did allow myself to receive that energy, it shifted, and it was so subtle and so simple. And it's not that I wasn't grumpy anymore. I was. I was still grumpy. But it wasn't like an inevitable, like, I have to do my coping mechanisms and just get away from this feeling. It brought me into a space of opportunity where I felt like, I could go into some stuff where I want to just kind of numb out and not really be present with myself, or fight with somebody that's around just because I don't feel good, or whatever other behaviors that kind of self-sabotaging, when I don't feel good and I'm like, I just don't want to do great things for myself. But having just that moment and being willing to accept some of the good energy shifted that for me. So I felt like, excuse me, there was an opportunity going forward. So I had more of a choice. Like I always had a choice, but it didn't feel like it. And having that moment helped shift me into the feeling state of, I could be open to other options on this day now. So it really did change my state of being. It didn't totally change the way I was feeling, but it did, I would say, lessen the chaos of my day, because I kind of knew where I was headed. Like I was not gonna make a great day for myself. And then I just felt like there's some options. So that's an example of how it can work in just a really simple and subtle way. And then, of course, there's much bigger shifts in our energy field in our life that we can engage with if you choose to. So I hope to see you there Mondays on Zoom with me through theflyingcat.net. I'm Julia Catherine Martin, and I am in Covington, Kentucky, near Cincinnati. And I hope you join me. I'll see you there. Bye.